If it's got two wheels, I'll ride it. Mostly. And even though I'm a motorcycle YouTuber, this channel actually started out as an outlet for sharing clips of me riding and racing bicycles way back in 2009. So whether bicycle or motorcycle, I have an affinity for it. And now the new breed of electric bicycles straddles the difference between the two. You basically have bicycles with ever larger lithium batteries and more powerful electric motors that operate with throttles and pedal assist to cruise fast and get riders over hills that might bog down regular bikes. And then you have your full motorcycles, gas and electric. But being a person who likes to get his fitness on, I do feel a pang of guilt every time I'm busting around on a motorcycle and I see cyclists riding by. They're working hard and I'm not, unless I'm on the trail, which is a pretty good workout. But regardless, electric bicycles do give you that motor and a decent amount of speed while also giving you some exercise. You can cover a lot of ground and still get your pedaling in. And you can cover that ground fast, especially with this bike, the Magicycle Cruiser Pro, which sports a 52-volt, 20-amp-hour battery and has a hub motor which can put down 900 watts steady and keep the speed above 40 km per hour or 25 miles per hour. This is one of the fastest and most powerful e-bikes out there, and Magicycle sent me one to test out. I won't lie, I've grown quite fond of e-bicycles. They make great low-cost commuters, vehicles for shopping, pit bikes, and are perfect for RV vacationers. They also allow people who may not be able to get around on regular bicycles to experience the pleasure of being out in the wind. So let's take a look at this Magicycle and see whether it's worth its salt. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with someone who would find it interesting. At what point does a bicycle just become a motorcycle? I'd say when it crosses the 40 km per hour or 25 mile per hour mark on the flat. And the Magicycle Cruiser does just that. It tops out at 42 or 43 km per hour on the speedo, which may be a bit optimistic. However, this huge 52-volt battery delivers a lot of power to the 750 to 1000 watt motor, almost too much power, which comes on rather abruptly. I've gone through the menus but haven't found a way yet to soften the power delivery. If you're not used to e-bikes, this one could catch you out, especially if the power comes on suddenly in a U-turn. The Magicycle Cruiser Pro is faster than any other e-bike I've ridden. Not by much, but it's noticeable, especially up hills. The display shows the amount of wattage that the motor contributes to forward motion, and I've observed long durations of 900 watts being laid down. Additionally, the big battery also makes for a long range. At full power, the 52-volt 20-amp-hour LG battery will go 60 kilometers or so on a moderately rolling course with a 180-pound rider aboard. If you ride it with pedal assist at half power, enough to cruise briskly but not near full speed, a 100-kilometer range is realistic. That's more than most owners will ever need for commuting, shopping, or a weekend ride. With all that power, this bike needs to brake well, and so the Tektro hydraulic brakes are a welcome feature. Many of these bikes used to come with mechanical brakes, which are fine on a regular bicycle which weighs around 25 pounds. However, this bike weighs 76 pounds and goes fast, so serious brakes are required, and serious brakes it has. Additionally, the Cruiser Pro also comes with a 7-speed Shimano Altus group, which is par for the course on most of these bicycles. I would like the gearing to be a little higher, as at top pedal assist I want to retain the option of helping out with my own pedaling. However, I found that when this motor is pushing the bike at over 40 km per hour, I tend to just spin out, even in top gear. You have to pedal like mad to feel like you're contributing to the forward motion. If you want to get a decent amount of exercise, don't run this bike on full power. The fit and finish is good with nice looking welds and attractive paint. The digital display is color, easily visible and simple to operate with a 3-button control on the left handlebar. I found the interface intuitive and easy to use. The seat is comfortable, the luggage rack is solid with a rubber band that can hold down items, and the lights are typical of what comes on these bikes. Annoyingly, the connector to the rear light has been popping out, causing the light to stop working. This can be fixed with a bit of electrical tape, but it's still a bother. The seating position is compact and tall with high bars. The seat post is long and provides plenty of legroom for me at 5'11" or 181 centimeters tall. This bike's handling is on the quick side due to a shorter wheelbase, and the fat tires make for a comfortable ride. I've had this bike running some pretty extreme speeds downhill and found it to be stable and safe. The front suspension works decently for what it is, a pretty basic system with preload adjustment and a lockout feature that prevents the front from pogoing around when you're on smooth pavement. On dirt or gravel, it soaks up the bumps well enough, but this is definitely a cruiser and not a mountain bike. The Magicycle Cruiser Pro comes with a toolkit, hat, gloves, a manual, and, of course, a charger. Additionally, Magicycle sent me an extra 52-volt 15 amp-hour battery. This is handy as it can be carried on the rear rack and secured with a rubber band and a couple of bungee cords. This effectively extends your maximum range in case you want to do a really long ride or a decently long one using full power. However, unlike the 20 amp-hour battery that the bike comes with, the 15 amp-hour one does not work that well with the Magicycle's display. Additionally, this battery does not appear on Magicycle's site as an accessory. On one ride, I swapped the batteries out on the road, turned on the bike to see a reading of 100% full, and started home. Almost immediately, within a couple of kilometers, the display reading 100% dropped down to 58%, then stabilized. Perhaps this happened because this second battery, which was fully charged, was only a 15 instead of a 20 amp-hour one. From then on, instead of dropping down 1 percentage point at a time like the stock battery, the extra battery would stay at a reading for a while, then drop down 5 or 6% in one go. The bike performed as normal and I still got home no problem. However, the additional battery did have me a bit worried. So while I like the option of carrying an extra battery on extremely long rides just to give myself that peace of mind of being able to get home on a charge, I would recommend that you start on the backup battery, ride until that one conks out, then use the longer distance stock battery to get home. As for the price of the Magicycle Cruiser Pro, it is listed at $1,900 on the US website and a puzzling $2,601.63 Canadian on the Canadian site, not including the extra battery. Overall, I found this to be a good deal for a very powerful and pretty long-range e-bike. I think it's generally attractive and well handling. Of course, I can't vouch for long-term reliability as I haven't had it for long. My wife Brooke and I have ridden this bike over varying terrain, from pavement to gravel to some dirt and rocky ATV trails, and even through some light puddles without incident. The bike is sure-footed and never bogged down or did anything untoward. I didn't take it onto serious mountain bike trails, but it's clearly not built for those. There's a lot to like here, including the power, range, handling, finish, color display, easy-to-use interface, and price. I like the handy rack and innovative rubber band for holding items in place. Do I dislike any of this bike's features? Yes, it's not perfect. As mentioned, the throttle is a bit abrupt, the connector for the rear light kept coming loose, and the power level for the backup battery did not read correctly on the display. Additionally, the little rubber plugs on both batteries, which were there to cover up the charging ports, never quite worked correctly and were always popping out and dangling. A small annoyance to be sure, but details matter. Finally, the Cruiser Pro came with bottle mount bosses located on the top tube. During a previous e-bike review, I actually suggested a bottle cage in that location because the other bike I was reviewing was missing one. Boy, was I wrong. When I mounted a bottle cage there, riding the bike became a pain in the... unfortunately. This is not a good place for a bottle mount. There is a step-through model with the bosses mounted lower, which may be comfortable, but the regular frame bike does not carry a bottle cage. Or shouldn't. So I've enjoyed my time with the Magicycle Cruiser Pro. It's a good entry into this class of e-bikes with outstanding performance. There are some quality control issues that are annoying but not deal breakers, and the price is very attractive. Again, long-term reliability is impossible to test in a short time, but over the time I've had the bike, I've had no problems. As I've stated before, these bikes are great for many reasons. They allow older folks or people who may have medical issues to enjoy time out on the trails and get as much exercise as they want without overdoing it. They're great for shopping, commuting, RV vacations, and they would make good pit bikes. Also, unlike motorcycles and scooters, city dwellers can keep e-bikes safe in their apartments. However, there are also regional laws limiting the top speeds these bikes can travel, and if your jurisdiction decides to enforce these laws, bikes this fast may result in a ticket. Of course, you can limit the top speed to any number you choose, but how long before the regulators come down on the e-bike industry? It's a bit of a wild west right now. So, would you be interested in an over-muscled e-bike? I'll include a link to Magicycle's website in the description. Would you let your kids ride one of these? And how fast is too fast? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and whether you're burning dinosaurs or electrons, ride safe.
If you're interested in any of the gear that Brooke and I wear or use, or the camera equipment we use to film this channel, the links are below. Everything listed there was bought with our own money, and we are not sponsored by any company. However, the links below are affiliate links, and the channel is paid a small amount for referring you to shop at no additional cost to you. We do not recommend any products that we are not satisfied with ourselves, but we do strongly urge you to do your research and select the correct size for items like helmets and clothing. As always, thanks for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. And whatever you ride, enjoy it. Wave at other bikers no matter what they're riding. We're all part of a brotherhood and sisterhood. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up, and may the spokes be with you.